Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your free Dow analysis for you for the New York trading session dated Wednesday 26th of January. I'm recording this video nearly 4 a.m. in the morning New York time for Thursday the 27th after New York is closed. I'm just going to go over my main wave count. I do have an alternate and it expects a minimum requirement for upwards movement for this 5-wave structure. If we get up to that price point, then that will be my main wave count, and I'll use this one as an alternate because I slightly prefer the look of my alternate wave count at this stage. This wave count, which is my main for the moment, expects that the Dow is within a 5-wave structure at intermediate degree to the upside to end a C wave, which is going to end a primary second wave zigzag. This C wave is dividing into a simple 5-wave impulse with a minor or blue 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking at the very end now of blue or minor 5. So this is going to see us on the verge of a trend change at intermediate and primary degree, if this wave count is correct. Within wave 5 blue, we have a pink 1, 2, 3, 4, and a long extended 5th wave. Wave 5 pink has just passed 1.618 the length of wave 3 pink, which sat at 11,974 and is the lower end of my target zone in which price is now sitting. At 12,084, the upper end of this first target zone, wave 5 blue will reach equality with wave 1 blue, which began now off to the left of the chart. There's no Fibonacci ratio between wave 3 blue and wave 1 blue, so it's extremely likely that this 5th wave at blue or minor degree will have some type of relationship with either 3 or 1. That seems to be very common within an impulse. 2 out of the 3 actionary waves seem to have a relationship, and the 3rd one doesn't always have that relationship. Within this 5th wave at pink or minute degree, we have a green 1, 2, 3, 4, and within green 5, we're in the terminal 5th wave of that as well. So according to this wave count, we're right at the end of this upwards movement and may only have another 1 or maybe 2 or so trading days left of upwards movement before this is over. I've drawn this narrow green parallel channel around most recent movement for 5 pink, a trend line from 1 to 3 green, a parallel copy would normally be placed on the low of 2 green. In this instance, I've placed it a little lower down more conservatively to touch these ends of these 3 daily candlesticks, this one here, here, and here. This shows us we have a little overshoot in the 4th wave position, which indicates an overshoot in the opposite direction in the 5th wave position. Eventually, we will see a trend change for the Dow, and we will see price move eventually below 10,720. At that stage, we can be fairly confident that primary 2 would be over and primary 3 would then be underway, as downwards movement could not be a 4th wave correction because wave 4 cannot move into wave 1 price territory. At that price point, we would also have significant movement to the lower end outside of this big wide blue parallel channel, and this is drawn using Elliott's technique around this impulse for intermediate wave C. It works very well, so we should use it. The trend line is drawn from 1 to 3 and a parallel copy placed on the low of 2. In order to confirm a trend change, in this case the trend is up, we need to see the channel breached, in this case to the downside, and then we'll know the trend is down. Taking you now to the hourly chart, where we're going to look at this last little piece of movement. This is wave 5 green, which is subdividing at orange degree into a simple impulse. We have orange 1 off to the left of the chart, from which I've drawn this upper orange trend line. I've drawn it from the high of 1 to the high of 3 and placed a parallel copy on the low of 2, again Elliott's technique. When this trend channel is breached on the daily chart, then we will have our first initial indication that we've had a trend change, but it will not be confirmation of a trend change at intermediate or primary degree. We need to see that on the daily chart. I have 2 target zones to the upside. This first target zone explained on the daily chart. The second target zone at 12,397, wave 5 pink will reach 2.618 the length of 3 pink, and at 12,479, wave 5 blue, also seen on the daily chart, will reach equality with wave 3 blue. Those are slightly less common Fibonacci ratios or relationships between waves, so I expect this first target zone is a little more likely. However, neither of these, interestingly, will give any relationship between wave C, black at intermediate degree, and wave A. We would have to reach all the way up to 12,519 would be the first instance of that, where C black would reach only 0.618 the length of A. So we may not see a relationship between those two if my main daily and weekly wave count is correct, but my alternate sees that that's highly likely we could get up that high. We will see. My previous analysis of this hourly wave chart had one purple ending here with an aqua 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was expecting this was the end of one purple with a 2, and I expected this was 3 over here, and I was expecting a fourth wave to the downside that should not have moved into wave 1 price territory. That interpretation was invalidated with these two spikes down into wave 1 price territory. So I've had another good look at this piece of upwards movement, and I expect that it was actually an extended third wave with a 1, 2, and within 3, 1, 2, and within that 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to put the 5 label on there to N3 aqua, 4, and a final fifth wave up to N3 purple. Thereafter, a zigzag down for 4, a final 5 wave structure up for the fifth wave at purple degree to end wave 3 orange. There's some nice Fibonacci ratios within this third wave. At these purple wave degrees, between 3 purple and 1, there's no relationship or Fibonacci ratio, but wave 5 purple is 15 points longer than equality with wave 1 purple. Within this third wave extension at purple degree, wave 3 aqua has no Fibonacci ratio or relationship to wave 1 aqua, but wave 5 aqua is just 2 points longer than 0.236, the length of wave 1. Within the middle part of this third wave extension, wave 3 red has no Fibonacci ratio or relationship to wave 1 red, and wave 5 red, this short little one here, is just 3 points longer than 0.618, the length of wave 1. Within this piece of movement, some excellent ratios indeed, so I'm pretty happy at seeing this as a complete 5-wave structure, which was over here rather than here. Wave 3 aqua within this fifth wave at purple degree is just 3 points longer than 0.618, the length of wave 1. And wave 5 is 3 points short of 0.618, the length of wave 3, and wave 5 is also only 1 point short of 0.382, the length of wave 1. So excellent ratios indeed, and a nice little relationship there within this final fifth wave. Within this fourth wave at orange degree, we have A, and B is a triangle with an A, B, C, D, E over here. Finishing up now with a C at purple degree, a thrust to the downside. If wave C purple reaches equality with wave A, then this fourth wave orange degree will end at 11,948. Wave 4 orange cannot move into wave 1 orange price territory, which now lies off to the left of the chart and sits at 11,882. So when this little piece of downwards movement is over, we should see a final fifth wave to the upside, probably to take price higher into this first target zone up towards the upper end of it possibly, before this whole thing could be over. At that stage, when we have this final 5-wave structure from the end of 4 orange on upwards, and if price for 4 orange remains above this point, we will again be at a critical juncture for the Dow. We will have a satisfactory complete structure at all wave degrees, and we could be on the verge of a very big trend change. We'd have to exercise extreme caution at that point. We'll have our very first indication of that trend change if we see price move below the lower edge of this orange channel on the hourly chart, and below the lower edge of the big wide blue channel on the daily chart. We will eventually have some final confirmation of a trend change at primary degree. So that's all for me with your Dow analysis. I hope this helps you in your trading. If you would like daily analysis of the S&P 500, you will find it on my site.